Last year, mainly, it's a year of three stories. Recapitalization, results, strategy, I think. On the recapitalization, what we had is this huge success of bringing back the capital to a very strong levels. So we did two securitizations, one of leasing and one of cash loans. We did the issue of MREL bonds. We were able to make the provisions in Swiss francs to reinforce the bank and also the settlements. So this is a huge success. It's recapitalization of the bank. Second story is the story of the results. So we grew time deposits to almost 10%, the stock of time deposits. We grew cash loans, almost 8%, 7 and something. So we had stronger revenues with efficiency, and these end up with the results that we present at the end of the year of 570 million zlotys, even with the provisions and the costs of Swiss francs. So there is clearly a story of results this year. And finally, the third story of this year is the story of the strategy. 3 points. So one, it's the growth of the bank. Another one is the digitalization of the bank. A third one, taking care about our people. That's why even the strategy was inspired by people, but we know that internally we talked about inspired by our people. So the growth of the bank is visible. Maybe the biggest milestone is these 3 million customers that we achieved. But even if you look to the results before the cost of the Swiss francs and additional extraordinary costs, we can see that we move the results to close to 3 billion zlotys. When we start the strategy, we had 1 billion, and the target was to achieve 2, and we achieved 3. So this is very visible, the growth of the bank. The second part of the strategy is the digitalization of the bank. This can be seen also in the percentage of the customers that are digital, because now we already achieved this 90% of customers digital. So we not only grew the customers, but we digitalized the customers, which is extremely important. But I think also a big milestone was the development of the mobile app for the corporate business. So I think it's very visible that we achieved and we are achieving a very high level of digitalization, and this is a huge success for the bank. And the third part is, of course, our people. It's important to say that this year we dedicated, in a monthly terms, an additional 10 million zlotys per month in salaries. We raised 90% of our total employees. So it's very visible that we dedicate a lot of resources, a lot of attention to people. The last part that is even more visible is this new project in terms of positioning and careers, this new methodology, this new model that we have for salaries, position and careers, that this is also addressing the request of our employees to have the proper remuneration, but also the proper name of their functions. And this was a big effort from the bank, but we believe that this was matching also their needs. So as I said, so it's a very successful year with these three main stories. Recapitalization of the bank, results of the bank, and the implementation of the strategy.